Hey everybody, excuse me, Fish here. It's Sunday, February 25th, 2018. In today's video I was going to talk about some stuff that I was going through in my younger years as a teenager when all of this borderline personality stuff probably started. Some of the crap I went through as a teenager. But I'm going to save that for another day, because today I want to talk about something that happened to me this past Friday. It was the Friday that I was scheduled to go and see my counselor, Amy. And I was really looking forward to it, as I always do, because it really helps me, and I enjoy those sessions, and they really do help me. But Thursday, when we went grocery shopping, my wife and I noticed that a couple of our tires were a little bit low on air, so I went out early before we were going to leave to put some air in the tires. So I hooked up the stupid little compressor, and I hooked it up to the tire, and the excuse me, the pressure gauge shot up to 60 pounds per square inch. I was like, that can't be possible. There ain't that much pressure in that tire. So I figured I'd put the little connector on wrong. I went to take it off, and the stupid metal part on the valve stem snapped right off, and the tire went immediately flat because there was no valve. I immediately had a meltdown, and I got so mad. I went into the house cussing and ranting and raving and cussing at God. And I'm sure if anybody would have heard me, they would have said, this guy is not a real Christian. Because I was cussing at God. I was telling him that I hate him. I was calling him names. And this is just a standard borderline personality meltdown type of thing. They're very, very volatile. And it went on for quite a while. And after it happened and I calmed down, I was sitting there talking with my wife, Patty, and I was crying. And I kept asking her, how on earth could I talk to God like that? How could I be so disrespectful to the God who sent his son to die for me? It's a horrible feeling. And like I said in previous videos, the only two people who suffer from this, my outburst, are my wife and God. And to tell you the truth, some of the times I've gotten angry with him, I can't understand why he hasn't squashed me like a bug. The bug that I am. But again, within that time of talking to my wife and crying, I was asking God for forgiveness. And I know that his mercy endures forever. And if we confess our sins, he is faithful and just to forgive us of all our unrighteousness. So I know that he's forgiven me, but it still doesn't take away the hurt of what I did, how it breaks my heart to do that. And thank God I have a wife who's understanding and understands this BPD, who can talk to me rationally and help me understand that that's not me. That's not my heart. That's the borderline personality disorder. And that's not really how I feel about God or my wife when I get mad at her either. It's a horrible feeling, though. And I don't know if people that are our loved ones who deal with us understand exactly how horrible that feeling is once we have a meltdown and say hurtful things to them. God understands. My wife understands. But out there with other people, I don't know if they actually understand. Which brings me to another point that I told you before, I'm going to say 100 times. If you are suffering from this disorder, you need to get out and find yourself some counseling, because it helps so much to learn how to deal with this, to understand why you're going through this, why it's happening. And you need to get out there and find yourself some counseling. We hurt our loved ones a lot when we have our meltdowns, because it doesn't only affect us. This disorder does not only affect us, it affects all of those around us that have to put up with our meltdowns. And believe me, when you have a borderline personality disorder episode, you can say some very hurtful things, and sometimes you can't take those words back. So you need to find somebody to help you to deal with this. It's just a bad feeling to have to go through this, and it plays on your emotional your emotions, your mental health, in your physical well-being also, because all of these things affect the physiology in your body. And it's not good for you. It's stressful. And not only is it you, it's those around you that are dealing with this. You're doing those things to them too, because they deal with emotional stress. They deal with mental stress from your breakdowns. And again, it affects their physiology. So this is not only you that's going through this, it's everybody that's around you that you love. So I'm going to urge you 1,000,000,000 times, go out there and find a counselor. You know, that was one of the big things that happened with this, was I wanted to go and see my counselor, Amy, and it didn't happen because of this stupid valve stem breaking. Not only that, I couldn't go to church this weekend. Not only that, my wife can't go to another campus of our church and serve at the thrift store like she does every Monday, because we got to go get the stupid car fixed. And I was asking God, like, what the F are you doing, God? You're taking away these good things by doing this. But it wasn't him. It was just something that happened in life. But part of borderline personality disorder is blaming other people, because we don't know how to deal with the stressful things in life correctly. Again, it's that all or nothing mentality, black or white, love or hate. In this case, on Friday, God got the brunt of my hate aspect of BPD that day, because I told him I hated him. But that's not true. That's not me. My heart loves him more than anything. But that's part of the BPD. And all of us who have this disorder got to deal with this, and so do our loved ones. So you really, really need to get something done to help you, learn how to cope with this and work on getting better. I wasn't really happy about doing this video because I feel ashamed to talk about this, but it needs to be addressed because it's something we deal with as borderlines. My next video, I'm going to talk more about the stuff that I plan on talking about. That page I told you about with the anger guy in the middle and then all the emotions around it, that it could really be, because we default to anger because it puts us in control. I said it was about 15, but it's actually 11 different emotions that are on there. I'm sure there's variations on those too. I bought a poster at a place called allposters.com. It cost me $7.98, including shipping, and it's 18 by 24. My next video, I'll try to show you that. I'll have a new backdrop, so you don't have to see my stupid basement behind me. I took a backdrop we used to use as a backdrop as in a band I was in 20 something years ago, and I'll use that not for a while. I'm in the living room of our downstairs today, down in the basement of our half-finished basement where we used to live when Mom was still here. So I want to break up the monotony of just sitting in front of the basement wall over there for you guys. That would be really boring. But I want y'all to know you need to get some help through counseling. I want y'all to know that I love you. I know what you're going through. I care about you. And I want to say this. I want you to go out and live life like there's no tomorrow, because tomorrow is not guaranteed. So go out and make the best of it today. That's going to be it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Go out and live life like there's no tomorrow. I'll see you next time. Fish out.